This is an orb, something similar to what I saw the night we went camping out in the woods, out in Chatham Township, off of Myersville Road, up in the hills with some friends. I think it was Jerry Oliveri, Mike Brewer, Stephen Quinn, myself, maybe Frank Sandy. I think he arrived later. There was 4 or 5 of us up in the woods, sitting around a fire, watching the fire, talking about the world's events, the meaning of life, the whole thing, when suddenly I looked up into a tree to my right. I was facing west, I guess, and maybe 9 feet, 8, 9 feet up into the tree was this orb, the size of perhaps a volleyball, soccer ball, something like that, just sitting there, and I'm looking at this thing, and no one else is seeing it. So I said to myself, or said to everybody, I said, listen, guys, do me a favor. Look up that tree up there and tell me what you see. I shut my eyes. Next thing I know, I hear a scream. And next thing I know, I open my eyes. They said it went into the woods, which meant it crossed over us, heading kind of south. And at that point, we picked up our tools, extinguished the fire as best we could, and retreated down to my house, screaming and yelling, having seen something that was apparently, it had some intelligence in the sense that it was observing us as if we were some sort of Indian tribe that it didn't know about, and was trying to observe what we were doing. This slide here shows kind of which way it passed over us, and I would say that the orb was to the north, it went to the south, I was on the east, my friends were more or less on the west side of the fire. It's about 500 feet away. We retreated to our house, about an 80-foot drop. It was totally wooded at that point. Today, it isn't. Today, it's full of houses, as you will see in subsequent files. But when I mentioned this, I think Bill Gregg might have been with us. He mentioned when he was younger then, and this was probably, here we go, mid-60s. We graduated in 67. It could have been 65, 66. Bill mentioned when he got out of the car, he saw an orb pass over his house, maybe about 4 feet in diameter, bigger than the one we had. And then there was the case of one that my friend Larry Freeman told me about. Down in the Great Swamps, there was an old man who, when he was a young kid, got lost in the woods, and 2 orbs let him out of the woods, out of the swamp, I should say, Great Swamp, and brought him back to his house. There was also another case. Below there you see 3 basic positions of where these orbs were seen. Mine, Bill's to the upper right, and the old man's to the extreme lower left. My friend Larry was telling me about a scene when one of his friends came into the Madison bowling alley, and they took him out in the Great Swamps, and they saw 2 orbs side by side going down the road. They followed it with the car. They stopped the car. The orb finally passed through the car, came at them, and they could see the glow pass right through the car from front to back. And these were probably 4 or 5 feet in diameter. 2 of them linked up. So that's the 4th orb sighting. This is kind of not my woods, but the woods kind of where I was, where the fire was, where the orb was, kind of up in a tree. And it kind of gives you an idea as to what the positioning was. It was at night. It might have been, I don't know, 9, 10 o'clock at night. It was definitely very dark. I don't recall seeing any moon. And if it was the moon doesn't shift all of a sudden from one point to another or disappear or whatever it was. This was, to me, a very profound thing, much like the chrome sphere I saw pacing our 737 in 1987, heading down to Nashville. What's very strange about these type of events is that the people who see them typically don't want to talk about them, almost as if we're programmed, or most of